I gotta say, this one is way better than the movie. And guys, this game is easily within my top 10 for my entire. Welcome back into the Lounge Single Players. Today we're talking about my top Xbox 360 games that are based on a movie or a TV show. And fortunately, they are on the PS3 for all these, but unfortunately, they're not backwards compatible. So let's head on and get right into it. For our number 6 spot is Spiderwick Chronicles, guys. I've already done a walkthrough of this game, so if you want to head on check it out, just wait till the end of the video and I'll head on and pop it in there. But the Spiderwick Chronicles is an action-adventure game. It was released in 2008. The game's based on a popular book series as well as the film adaptation. The game allows players to step into the shoes of Jared, Simon, Mallory, Grace, and much more as they uncover a hidden world filled with fantastical creatures like sprites, ogres, goblins, and brownies. Players can switch between characters, each with unique abilities and weapons, to solve puzzles, exploring the Spiderwick estate, guys, and also battling various enemies. The gameplay combines exploration, combat, and puzzle solving, offering a mix of challenges and adventures for all gamers. And I would certainly agree with this being challenging. There's also a lot of great adventure, which is one of the things I really enjoy about it. And also the being able to switch between characters, them having different abilities. This game has a lot in it. It's not perfect. There are certain points where I got frustrated with just how the game itself doesn't exactly hold your hand, but it was thoroughly enjoyable. I've seen the movie, and if you've seen the movie also, then I think you might like it, especially if you're into action, adventure, and puzzle type style games. But for 5th place, we have The Walking Dead Survival Instinct, guys. The Walking Dead Survival Instinct is a first-person action game that immerses players in the gritty, survival-driven world of AMC's TV series, The Walking Dead. Released in 2013, the game acts as a prequel to the TV series, focusing on the story of Daryl Dixon and his brother, Merrill, as they navigate the early days of the zombie apocalypse in the Georgia countryside. Players take on the role of Daryl and must scavenge for food, water, and ammunition while avoiding or confronting the walkers. The game emphasizes stealth and strategy, requiring players to make critical decisions about resource management and which survivors to trust and bring along, guys. The gameplay involves a mix of combat and exploration, with players needing to carefully manage their supplies and choose their route wisely to survive the harsh, unforgiving environment. Despite its intriguing premise, the game received mixed reviews, with criticism directed at its graphics, controls, and plot. And while I would certainly agree this is not a perfect game, in my opinion, it is the best Walking Dead game so far, at least in my opinion. And you can let me know down in the comment section below if you agree or disagree. But that's just how I feel. I love the adventure aspect of this, the storyline. Again, it's not perfect, but I love how they use lighting and such. So that's why it's here on my list, because I think it's fun. And so for the next one we have here is Bourne Conspiracy. This game's awesome, guys. All right, guys. So despite this game being in 4th place, this game is awesome. I cannot understate this, guys. The Bourne Conspiracy is a third-person action game released in 2008, developed by High Moon Studios and published by Vivendi Games. The game is based on the character Jason Bourne from the novels and the popular film series. In this game, the player steps into the shoes of Jason Bourne, a highly skilled operative with amnesia, as he uncovers his past and battles various enemies. The gameplay combines intense hand-to-hand combat, shooting, and stealth elements, allowing players to use Bourne's heightened senses and combat skills to survive. The game features original missions and sequences inspired by the Bourne identity, as well as new backstory elements developed by the screenwriter Tony Gilroy. The players can engage in dramatic escapes, weaponize the environment for deadly attacks, and perform multi-opponent takedowns. The game also includes quick-time events and a driving section, guys. And if you're a Bourne fan, you will not be disappointed by this game. I personally love it. The only reason it's being held back a little bit, honestly, is just because of the fighting can be a little bit repetitive. At least for me personally, I'm not a huge fighting fan, but for me to enjoy this game, it says a lot. So you guys have to check this out. For the next one we have is Chronicles of Riddick. All right, guys. So the Chronicles of Riddick Assault on Dark Athena is a first-person action and stealth game released in 2009, developed by Starbreeze Studios and Tygun Studios. This game is a direct sequel to the Chronicles of Riddick Escape from Butcher Bay, which is included and an updated version of this, along with the new Assault on Dark Athena campaign. In this game, players once again step into the role of Richard B. Riddick, voiced by Vin Diesel. The story picks up where Escape from Butcher Bay left off, with Riddick and Johns being captured by the mercenary ship Dark Athena. Players must use a combination of stealth, hand-to-hand combat, and gunplay to navigate the ship, defeat enemies, and ultimately escape. The game features improved graphics and AI compared to its predecessor, as well as a multiplayer mode. The single-player campaign introduces new characters and environments, expanding the lore of the Riddick universe. And so, guys, if you're a fan of the Chronicles of Riddick, you guys got to check this game out. If you've never watched the Chronicles of Riddick, that's okay, because I actually hadn't seen any of the movies until I started playing this and loving it. And so I watched the movies after. I know it's kind of messed up, but this game's awesome. That goes to show how awesome it is, with just the graphics, the gameplay, and everything. So you should pick it up. It's a lot of fun. So the next one we have is Star Trek. I'm a huge Star Trek fan. I love Star Wars too. So for second place, guys, we have Star Trek. It's a third-person action-adventure game that's released in 2013, developed by Digital Extremes. The game is set in the Kelvin universe between the events of the film Star Trek in 2009 and Star Trek Into Darkness. Players take on the roles of Captain James T. Kirk and First Officer Spock, voiced by Chris Pine and Zachary Quinto, respectively. The game features cooperative gameplay, allowing the two players to team up and utilize the unique abilities of both of those characters. Kirk and Spock must work together to stop the Gorn, a classic Star Trek villain, if you don't know, from using a stolen terraforming device to wreak havoc. The gameplay combines shooting, exploration, and puzzle solving with a strong emphasis on teamwork. Players can explore various environments, guys, which is really cool. It includes the USS Enterprise, alien planets, and space stations. The game also includes a variety of 23rd century weapons and gadgets, adding to the immersive Star Trek experience. Despite its ambitious scope and authentic Star Trek feel, the game received mixed reviews, with criticism directed at its technical issues and gameplay mechanics. And while I certainly agree that this game does have some technical issues, it didn't have any effect on me having fun with this game, and that's why it's here on this list. I absolutely love it. If you're a Star Trek fan, you guys got to check this one out. It's a perfect balance in between just action adventure. You don't really get too overwhelmed, and honestly, you get more immersed into the storyline with this. And another thing I love is you can go through and play as both characters, and you can play it twice. The gameplay is fairly similar, but there are aspects that it's different, and so you can still thoroughly enjoy it. But for our number one spot, guys, I gotta say this one is way better than the movie, in my opinion. You guys can let me know down in the comment section below if you disagree, but that is Wanted Weapons of Fate. Wanted Weapons of Fate is a third-person shooter game released in 2009, guys, developed by Grin and published by Warner Bros. Interactive Entertainment. The game is a sequel to the 2008 film Wanted. It picks up the story shortly after the events of the movie, following Wesley Gibson, and as he continues his transformation into a master assassin. Players take on the role of Wesley, utilizing his unique abilities such as curving bullets and assassin time to take down enemies with precision. The game features a cover-based shooting system, allowing players to strategically navigate through various environments while engaging in intense firefights. The story delves deeper into the lore of the secret fraternity of assassins and introduces new characters and missions. The gameplay combines fast-paced action and tactical elements, requiring players to think on their feet and use the environments to their advantage. Despite its relatively short campaign, guys, Wanted Weapons of Fate offers a thrilling experience for fans of the film and action games alike. And guys, this game is easily within my top 10 for my entire collection. So if you're a fan of the wanted movie or just shooters at all, I would highly suggest that you guys check this one out. Look at this guy on the back. It's so awesome. So if you're a fan of it, just give it a shot. Let me know what your top game is that's inspired by a movie down in the comment section below, and I'll check it out. And if you're a fan of watching some more content that you like, right here, and if you guys want to check out the Chronicles one, I've got it up over here. And if you want to head on and support us, just head on, click up here. But until next time, you guys have fun playing single player games.